All right, so in order to do question number 4, we're going to have to take and do a change of base of our logarithm. So we're actually going to change him so that he becomes negative log of x on the top with a log of 1/2 on the bottom. So we're going to take our calculator and we're going to plug that in. So we're going to go to y equals. Sorry guys, trying to fix this for you. We're going to go to y equals. We're going to put in negative log of x divided by log 1/2, close out my parentheses. All right, so we're going to take a peek at it, first of all. All right, so we have a really good idea of what it looks like, and it looks like we have a vertical asymptote at 0, but I'm going to take a look at my table, and of course, yes, I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that to the side. We're going to do our x and our y. And we're going to look for some points. So we know that 0 obviously is our vertical asymptote, so we'll start with him. We know that he's an error. So it's not going to actually be 0, but it's going to get really close to it. We have 1, 0, 2, 1, 3 is 1.59, 4 is 2. And again, I got that by looking at second table and taking a peek at what I had. So now I'm gonna graph it. So I have 1, 0, 2, 1, 3, 1.5, 4 is 2. For good measure, I just like to go down, see if I can find another pretty point. It's at 8, 3. Okay, so 8, 3. Remember, I'm going to have my vertical asymptote. So my VA is going to be at x equals 0. And I'm going to draw my line. I'm going to get really close to the bottom. And I'm going to go up. And now I'm going to do my domain and my range for this problem. So my domain is affected by my vertical asymptote. So from left, it starts at 0 and it goes on to infinity. My range is quite the opposite. It actually goes from negative infinity in the bottom all the way up to positive infinity. Remember, your logs are affect your domain. Your exponentials are affected by your change your range. All right, so now we are going to take a look at question 5. So again, take your calculator, go to y equals, clear it out. We're going to put 1 minus 1/2 raised to the power of x. Double check to make sure it's right. And we're going to take a peek and look at the graph. All right, so we have a really great idea of what it looks like, and it looks like we're going to have a horizontal asymptote, but we have to figure out exactly where. So we're going to second table and look at the table. All right, so we're going to plot some points. So we have our x and our y. Sorry guys, let me put him back. All right, so we're going to put him back. We have our x and our y. We have -3 is -7. -2 is -3. -1, -1. 0, 0. And of course, 1 is 0.5, 2, 0.75. I'm going to go and I'm going to scroll through and I'm going to see what number it gets really close to. I want to see what number it gets really close to, but what it doesn't actually cross. So I'm going to keep scrolling down. And it looks like I get really close to 1, but I don't actually cross it. So that's really good to know. I know I'm going to have a horizontal asymptote at 1. So I'm going to draw my line. So I have a horizontal asymptote at y equals 0. And now I'm going to plot some of my points. -3, -7, -2, -3, -1, 1, 0, 0. 1 is 0.5, 2 is 0.75. All right, now take and connect all your dots. Be sure that you have arrows on the end because they go on continuously. And we're going to say that our domain is from -infinity to +infinity. Our range from the bottom, it goes on to -infinity, but it is impacted at the top by that, not 0, but 1. I don't know why I put a 0. It should be a 1. So my horizontal asymptote is actually 1, not 0. All right. 6. So again, in order to plug this into my calculator, I have to do a change of base. So the top is going to be log x minus 2. The bottom will be my log 6, and at the end, it will be a +1. So in your calculator, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so in y equals, I'm going to put log x minus 2 divided by log 6, and then a +1. At the end, I'm going to take a peek at it. This one looks pretty interesting. This one looks really interesting. All right, so we're going to graph it. I'm going to take second table, and I'm going to go up, and I want some points. Oh, if I notice, at 2 there's an error, which makes sense. So we know that we're going to have a vertical asymptote at 2, so we're going to draw our little line. So we have a vertical asymptote at x equals 2. So that's a boundary. That's good to know. So now we're going to go and we're going to plot some points. I'm going to do my x and my y. I know that at 3, I have a 1. At 4, I have a 1.4. 5 is 1.6. 6 is 1.7. And I know it's going to keep going on and on if I take a look at my graph. So I'm going to take and plot some of my points that I do have. So I have a 3, 1. 4 is 1.4, 1.6. I know I'm going to keep going. And then, of course, going down to go and skirt my line, but not quite. And it'll keep going up.